take a slow breath. And let this moment, right now, be your arrival. Not into a task, not into a performance, not into a role, but into yourself. Because this episode is not just a holiday reflection. It is an invitation. A soft one. A quiet one. A deeply human one. An invitation to come home. Home to your body. Home to your emotions. Home to your inner peace. Home to the self you lost somewhere along the way. Home to the truth you've been too busy, too guarded, or too exhausted to hear. This is your holiday awakening. Not the kind filled with noise, pressure, or a list of things you must become, but the kind that returns you to who you already are. So before we begin, allow yourself a moment to soften. You are safe here. You are welcomed here. You are allowed to exhale here. Welcome to part 1. Welcome to the beginning of your return. Why the holidays touch something deep. Every year as the holidays approach, something unusual happens inside us. We slow down, even if only in our minds. We grow reflective. We begin revisiting old memories without meaning to. We feel things we didn't expect. Tenderness, sadness, nostalgia, hope, longing. People think this is just seasonal emotion. But it's more than that. The holiday season awakens a deeper part of you. The part that remembers who you once were. Before life became heavy. Your true self. The self you were before pressure, responsibility, heartbreak, mistakes, comparison, and survival mode shaped you into someone you barely recognize. Your true self is not lost. Just quiet. Just waiting. Just buried under years of being who you needed to be. And the holidays, with their soft lights and quiet nights, offer a doorway back to that self. This episode will help you walk through that doorway. The cost of losing yourself, without realizing it. Before you reconnect with your true self, you need to understand how you lost them. Not because you failed. Not because you were careless. But because life demanded things from you that your heart wasn't ready for. You learned to be strong, even when it hurt. You learned to keep going, even when you needed rest. You learned to be responsible, even when you felt fragile. You learned to hold yourself together, even when you wanted to fall apart. You learned to give, even when you were empty. You learned to hide pieces of yourself because the world didn't feel safe enough for your softness. Piece by piece, moment by moment, the real you, the soft you, the joyful you, the honest you, began to slip into the background. Not gone. Just quiet. Like a lantern dimmed, but still glowing somewhere inside you. The holidays awaken that glow. And that is why so many people feel emotional this time of year. It's not just memories. It's not just tradition. It's your true self rising again, saying, I'm still here. Please don't forget me. The emotional truth of holiday awakening. You may feel a sudden tenderness in your chest, a quiet sadness as the year ends, a wave of longing for something you can't name, a softness that feels both comforting and painful, a desire to slow down, rest, breathe, reconnect. These sensations are not random. They are messages. Messages from the part of you that is deeply alive, but rarely heard. Your true self speaks quietly, not through logic or goals, but through emotion, intuition, and soft truth. And during the holidays, when lights glow, routines slow, memories surface, and the world becomes just a little softer, your true self finally has space to speak. This episode will help you listen. The weight you've carried all year. Take a moment to acknowledge something. This year has been heavy. Even if good things happened. Even if you smiled often. Even if you achieved things you're proud of. Your heart carried more than anyone knows. You carried stress quietly. You carried uncertainty silently. You carried responsibilities without complaint. You carried expectations you didn't set. You carried emotions you didn't have time to feel. You carried decisions you weren't ready to make. You carried yourself through days when you wanted to stop. You carried the world on your shoulders. Because you didn't want to burden anyone. But your true self, the small, pure, honest part of you, felt it all. And the holidays are the first time all year that your heart has permission to slow down enough to notice the weight it has carried and to put some of it down. This episode is your permission to do exactly that. The first step back to yourself. Stillness. The world tells you that transformation requires intensity. Push harder. Do more. Fix yourself. Change everything. Make resolutions. Be better, faster, stronger, more. But your true self doesn't respond to pressure. Your true self responds to stillness. Stillness is where you hear the quiet truths. You are tired. You are overwhelmed. You are longing for something softer. You want to live more honestly. You want peace, not performance. You want connection, not perfection. You want to feel alive again, not just functional. This is why holiday stillness is powerful. It reconnects you with what is real. Stillness is where awakening begins. A moment for you. Right now. Before we move deeper. Before we enter the emotional heart of this episode. Give yourself one moment. Place a hand over your chest if that feels natural. Feel your heartbeat. This is you. Alive. Real. Present. Feel your breath. In and out. This is your body grounding you. Reminding you that you are allowed to be here. And then whisper gently, inside your mind. I want to come back home to myself. Not to a version of you someone else expects. Not to who you should be. Not to the you that performs or pleases or perfects. But to the you that breathes. The you that feels. The you that exists beneath everything you've carried. This moment is your beginning. What we will explore next. In part 2, we will step deeper into the heart of your awakening. We will explore the version of you your heart misses. How you lost connection to your inner self. How the holidays create a doorway back to your emotional truth. The practical, grounded ways to reconnect with your true self. How to turn holiday softness into long-term inner peace. And how to heal the emotional distance between who you are and who you want to be. It will feel like meeting yourself again. A version of you that is tender, brave, honest, and alive. Part 1 opened the door. Part 2 helps you walk through it. Part 2. Meeting the self you lost along the way. Before we begin part 2, take a moment to notice how you feel right now. Not how you think you should feel. Just what's here. Maybe there's a little softness. Maybe there's an ache. Maybe there's a quiet longing. Maybe there's a feeling you can't even name. Whatever is present is welcome. Because this part of the journey is about meeting yourself. Without judgment. Without rushing. And without demand. Part 2 is the moment where you turn inward. Not to analyze. But to reconnect. Not to fix. But to understand. Not to become someone else. But to remember who you already are. Let's continue. The forgotten self that still lives inside you. Imagine for a moment that deep within you, there is a version of yourself untouched by expectation. This version didn't have to impress anyone. Didn't have to earn approval. Didn't have to hide emotions. Didn't have to be strong all the time. Didn't have to pretend. This version simply existed. Honest, open, present, and whole. Your true self. And somewhere along the way, life asked more from you than your heart was ready to give. You learned to adapt. You learned to perform. You learned to protect yourself. You learned to survive. But in the process, this true self, the gentle one, the joyful one, the emotionally alive one, slipped quietly into the background. Not because you abandoned them, but because you needed to grow armor to get through certain seasons of your life. And yet, that self never disappeared. They have been waiting, patiently, silently, for an opening. And the holidays, with all their emotional truth, create that opening. This is why you feel more during this season. It's your true self rising to the surface. The emotional distance between who you are and who you want to be. There is a gap inside all of us. A quiet distance that forms between the self we show the world and the self we feel slipping beneath the surface. The self we present, functional, capable, composed, protects us. But the self we hide, sensitive, intuitive, honest, guides us. And the more you silence your inner truth, the wider the emotional gap becomes. You might feel a sense of emptiness, a subtle loneliness, a loss of direction, a craving for something you can't name, a tiredness that sleep can't fix, a desire to start over, a hunger for inner peace, a longing to feel you again. These feelings are not signs of failure. They are signs of awakening. They are signals that you are no longer satisfied with being disconnected from yourself. They are invitations to return, hearing the quiet voice within. If your true self could speak to you now, they wouldn't scold you. They wouldn't judge you. They wouldn't ask you to change everything overnight. They would simply say, "I miss you." Not in a dramatic way, but in a deeply honest way. They miss the moments when you slowed down enough to feel. They miss the you who wasn't rushing from task to task. They miss the you who believed in possibility. They miss the you who allowed joy to be simple. They miss the you who didn't apologize for needing rest. They miss the you who trusted your own voice. And right now, during this holiday season, your true self is trying to speak again. Your holiday awakening is not a spiritual event. It's an emotional remembering. Entering the inner room of truth. Close your eyes if it feels right. Or simply soften your gaze. Imagine you step into a room inside yourself. A space that has always existed. Even if you haven't visited it in years. The room is warm, quiet, safe. And in the center sits a version of you you forgot existed. Not the child version. Not the adult version. But the true version. The real you. The one who breathes deeply. The one who feels honestly. The one who knows what matters. The one who has been waiting for your return. You walk toward them. They lift their head. And for a moment, your eyes meet. You recognize each other immediately. Even if life changed you, this version still remembers who you are. And who you've always been. The conversation that changes everything. You sit across from this version of yourself. There is no tension. No pressure. No emotional demand. Just presence. After a moment, your true self speaks. "I know you think you've changed too much," they say. "I know you think you've lost pieces of yourself. I know you felt alone. I know you've been tired for a long time." Their voice is warm, gentle, grounded. "But I'm still here," they continue. "And I've never stopped wanting you to come home." You swallow hard. Because something inside you recognizes this as truth. Your true self smiles softly. "You don't need to go back," they say. "You don't need to become who you were before. You just need to reconnect with who you are underneath everything you carried." And then they ask you a question you weren't expecting. "Are you willing to hear me again?" Not perfectly. Not constantly. Not dramatically. Just occasionally. Gently. Honestly. Your breath catches. And you whisper, "Yes." The moment you reconnect, something subtle shifts inside you. A warmth spreads through your chest. A sense of grounding settles in your body. A sense of clarity begins to rise. It feels like coming back to a place you once loved, but forgot how to reach. Your true self stands. You stand too. They take your hand. Not as a child. Not as a memory. But as your equal. As you stand there, you realize something powerful. You don't need to become a different person to find inner peace. You need to become a truer version of yourself. Not a more impressive version. Not a more efficient version. Not a more perfect version. Just a more honest one. Because inner peace is not found in changing yourself. It's found in returning to yourself. What we will explore in Part 3. Part 3 will guide you through how to keep this connection alive. How to build inner peace daily. How to carry truth into the new year. How to walk forward without losing yourself again. How to stay close to the real you, even during chaos. How to build a life that supports your spirit instead of draining it. How to let go of emotional noise so you can hear your inner voice clearly. Part 3 is the integration. The moment where remembering becomes living. It's where your awakening becomes real. Part 3. Carrying inner peace forward. A return that lasts. Take a slow breath. Feel the weight of everything we've explored in parts 1 and 2. The memories, the emotions, the truth rising inside you. The quiet room where you met your true self again. Feel the warmth of that reconnection still lingering in your chest. Because part 3 is not an ending. It is the part where remembering becomes living. Where insight becomes integration. Where awakening becomes practice. Part 3 is the moment you step into your life. With a different kind of presence. A presence rooted in truth, softness, and deep inner peace. Let's continue this final part of your journey. The true self steps forward. Imagine yourself standing in that warm, quiet inner room once again. Your true self stands beside you, strong, calm, grounded. They gently release your hand and step forward. And for the first time, you see them not as a memory or a fragment, but as a reflection of who you're becoming. This version of you is whole, not perfect, not polished, not effortless, but whole. They look at you with soft certainty. You don't have to search for inner peace, they say. You create it by staying close to me. You inhale deeply, because you realize something very important. Inner peace was never missing. You were just disconnected from the part of you that generates it. Your true self is the source of your calm, the source of your intuition, the source of your groundedness, the source of your clarity, the source of your emotional truth. Reconnect with this version of yourself, and inner peace becomes not a destination, but a natural state. The 3 layers of reconnection. Your true self guides you through 3 gentle layers of reconnection. 1. Returning to your body. Inner peace begins with presence. Your true self explains. You can't feel peaceful when you live only in your mind. Your mind analyzes, protects, anticipates, overthinks. Your body grounds, holds, releases, softens. Your true self invites you to place a hand on your heart again. Feel your breath. Feel your warmth. Feel your humanity. This is where peace begins. In the simplest moment of noticing. Noticing your breath. Noticing tension. Noticing what hurts. Noticing what feels calm. Noticing what is true. Returning to your body is returning to yourself. 2. Returning to your feelings. Your true self speaks gently. You can't reconnect with who you are if you keep abandoning what you feel. Most people suppress emotions not because they're weak, but because they were never taught how to feel safely. In this holiday awakening, you learn to let feelings move through you. With kindness. A wave of nostalgia? Let it move. A wave of sadness? Let it be held. A burst of joy? Let it expand. A tender ache you don't understand? Let it exist without solving it. Your true self teaches you that emotions are not storms. They are messages. And when you listen, you reconnect. 3. Returning to your truth. Your true self looks at you with quiet seriousness. You lose yourself when you ignore your truth, they say. You find yourself when you honor it. Truth is not dramatic. Truth is simple. Your truth might be, I'm tired. I need rest. I need softness. I need space. I want to feel joy again. I want to feel like myself. I can't carry this alone anymore. I want to move slower. I want my life to be more honest. Truth is the foundation of inner peace. When you live out of alignment with truth, you feel stressed, anxious, disconnected. When you live in alignment with truth, your body relaxes. Your mind clears. Your spirit breathes again. Reconnecting with your truth is the essence of holiday awakening. The moment you stop pretending and start living with emotional integrity, carrying peace into the new year. Walk with your true self out of the inner room, not leaving them behind, not closing the door, but bringing them with you into the rest of this day, this season, and this new year. Your true self walks differently, calmer, more grounded, more aware. And this is how you carry inner peace into your life. You stop rushing. You start listening. You drop self-judgment. You allow emotions. You breathe more often. You honor your limits. You choose soft moments. You let go of what is too heavy. You keep what feels real. You protect your energy. You speak truthfully. You slow down when your heart asks. You let yourself be seen. Not the mask, but the real you. Inner peace isn't an achievement. It's a relationship with yourself. And now, you finally remember how to maintain that relationship. The love you needed to give yourself. Before we transition to the outro, your true self asks you to sit for one final moment. They speak softly. You've spent so long trying to be everything for everyone. Trying to hold everything together. Trying to keep going when you were exhausted. Trying to be strong when you needed rest. Trying to be calm when you felt overwhelmed. Trying to be enough in a world that asked too much of you. They place a hand over your heart. You don't need to try so hard with me. I love you exactly as you are. And I always have. Your breath trembles. Because deep down, this is what your entire journey has been leading toward. Not outer peace, but inner permission. The permission to simply be human. To be soft. To be real. To be whole. Your awakening is not a transformation. It is a homecoming. As we close this holiday awakening journey, pause and notice how you feel. Something shifted, even if subtly. A softening. A remembering. A tiny spark of clarity. A new closeness with yourself. A feeling that you've finally stepped onto the path home. If this experience touched you, if it helped you breathe, if it brought you closer to your true self, I have something that will deepen this journey even more. You can download my free mini ebook, Coming Home for the Holidays, A Gentle Inner Child Awakening. It's a heartfelt guide that helps you understand your holiday emotions, soothe inner tension, reconnect with your inner child, and discover your own inner peace during Christmas. And as the new year begins, the link is in the description. And if you'd like more content like this, soft, emotional, grounding, reflective, please subscribe to the channel. Your support helps this work reach more people who are quietly longing for connection within themselves. If this episode resonated with you, please like the video, leave a comment about what part spoke to you, and share it with someone who might need a gentle moment this holiday season. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Your holiday awakening has begun. Your true self is with you now. Inner peace is not far away. It's already rising inside you.